Baddie from Akron, Ohio, the undisputed, undefeated.
That's not the little one. Yeah. Cash, 'cause it ain't his face. He wanna baddie, baddie. He said bad bitch, point her out. Where she at? Baddie, point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes. Said bad bitch, point her out. Where she at? Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes. Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes.
Okay, so first of all, y'all that's just seeing this now, because I'm gonna end up putting this on YouTube later on the week. So I did get in trouble with YouTube, whatever. That's why I've been gone. Some of y'all thought I either one died, shame on y'all. Two, y'all thought I got casted for Big Brother. I know some of y'all are probably waiting to find a clip of me to get me canceled, to get me kicked off the cast if y'all thought I got casted. No, I didn't get casted for Big Brother. I literally could not post for like a week. So that's why y'all are getting this video so late. Okay, so this is Baddies USA, y'all. Which, by the way, this episode was a little pathetic. I ain't gonna lie, because all they were doing is scrapping on that bus the whole time, just squabbling on that bus the whole entire episode. Like, it was a little pathetic. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was giving a little bit of South Central. It was giving a little bit of South Central, just a little bit. Okay, now let's go to the episode. So the episode starts off with Sarat and Pressure getting into it. Y'all, Pressure is like the ultimate troll, and she does this laugh where like it's a troll laugh. Like, you know how people laugh regular. Pressure be like, like she'll do something and she'll be like she'll do her troll laugh as she's doing it. Like she running, she laughing as she running from Sarat, as Sarat is literally running towards her to tear her through. Now I will say, her saying that she dropped Sarat, that to me was not a drop. You could tell Sarat sort of like slipped due to the hype of it. She didn't get dropped because you hit her so hard, Pressure. Let's not be delusional, babes. Now I love me some Big Pressure, but you know what I'm saying? Let's not, let's not count on your rap now. I don't know about all that about a drop. I ain't gonna lie, Baddies has hit a new low. We are now watching these girls go and get dental care because of squabbles. Like, y'all don't think it's getting a little too far? You get what I'm saying? Like, now these girls are going to get dental care on the show because of squabbles. That's not even baddie behavior. In the words of Stormy Wellington, that's hood rat. Okay? That is hood rat. That's a queen's plate. You know what I'm saying? That is just so like unbecoming of the show. Like, I don't know. Like, only time we've seen that as America's Next Top Model, and the girl was getting rid of her overbite. Now we watching Tavy get a tooth put in and fixed and coiffed up, but because she got into a squabble with Big Ivory. Man, the plot has officially got lost. So the next thing we end up seeing Wet meet with Rolly at it looks like a strip pole class, which, by the way, the theme this season, anytime it's the Cabaret girls, it's like they need to remind the Cabaret girls that y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of dancing 304s. Like, why every scene gotta be a club? Y'all gotta be a stripper pole, gotta be by a dance room. It just, we always have to remind them that, y'all are the dancing 304s. So Wet is standing there dancing like a piece of cardboard. So she's like, okay, can you want me? Well, I want you. Can you need me? I need you. Okay, she has a Paris of London out. He has her pasties out. Next thing you know, Rolly comes in and she says she wants to be a background dancer for Rolly's set. Okay, Rolly tells her straight up, like, girl, you can't even dance like that. So she attempts to do the dance. I was very disappointed, Wet, because after all those seasons of the Cabaret that you've learned to pick up a step or two, like you could have even did the Doon Cha Cha and did the in this bit Doon Cha Cha. And they probably wouldn't have played the song because they don't mess with Jocelyn. But you could have did something similar to that. I know Jocelyn is just watching this season, like, look at Wet. That bitch been in the Cabaret for all these seasons, and she still does like a stick figure from that Gay Mighty guy. I mean, look at her. Like, this is just sick. Like, I just know she's just all types of disappointed watching this season. Next thing you know, Kanaya and Neek ends up walking in. And Rolly's like, oh, what happened to your hand and stuff like that? She like, oh, I had a bunch of those. Neek says that she injured her hand from fighting TT. And she like, yeah, like I had to fight her too. Like, that's the first time I ever, this the first time I had to do this. Like, I never had this done to me before. So they bring up this whole Kanaya versus Egypt thing. Rolly tells Kanaya she's surprised that Kanaya had it in her. She must not have watched the last season of the Cabaret. And I hate when they do that to girls where, like, just because of a girl look a certain way, even guys too, never underestimate people. And Kanaya's like the prime example of that. The girls be underestimating her like she's some soft girl, and she proves them wrong every time because literally when they try her, the dog literally comes out of her. Literally, she turns into a straight nigga and just starts swinging like a nigga on their asses, and it gets me every time, and it makes me satisfied every time because the girls be thinking the opposite of what actually happens. Okay, so they sort of dance it out or whatever. Rolly, when are you gonna add that song back to your Spotify? You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest fan of Rolly, but some of her, she has a couple of bops. And that song she has with Big Ivory eats. The she wally wally, she bang bang. I'm a street, I gang bang. Okay, I remember that. Whatever happened to that song? We all know it got snatched up by Funded, but like, are you gonna put it back? Because that was a good gym song that I used to have, and it kind of messed up my gym playlist because the song got snatched, and I'm a little disappointed. So I'm really wanting to know about that track. Like, I'm being so serious. Like, we need that back on Spotify. So y'all, it's time for the baddies to get on a road trip. Baddie road trip. Okay, y'all know it's the sisterhood of the traveling baddies. So they're all getting ready to head to Phoenix, getting on the bus. All the girls are getting on there. They're like, woo, woo, because they know basically they're getting on the bus to fade. That's half of it. That's most of the episode. Was just them fading on the bus. Okay. Pressure even says one point in the confessional, she was like, oh, I'm heading over to the bus or whatever, because I need to see who really can fight. I'm like, this is really what Baddies has come to. Like, we just tested our fighting skills at this point. Pressure get on the bus. ET immediately runs to the back because she says, pressure makes her allergic. She started breaking out. Nah, babe, that's that mace. You still feeling the sting. Okay? You still feeling the burn on your face. That's not pressure. Okay? That's pressure's chemicals all up in your face. Straight up. That's pressurized chemicals. They ain't pressure. Okay, that's why you breaking out in hives and you sting on, you know what I'm saying? You feel a little irritated. You reeling down from that mace. She goes to the back and Amber is like, oh no, ET, I don't want to unalive anybody today. I don't want to do that with you, ET. Leave me alone. I don't need that. I'm tired. I don't want to get into it with you, ET. Now, ET would have been so wrong had she just socked you like you did her when she was injured and could not see. ET would be wrong, right? ET would be wrong, right? That's all I'm saying. Because a lot of y'all don't like ET whatever for whatever reason. But if she had got Amber, I wouldn't have been mad. Because you got her when she couldn't even see. So she returned the favor. She would not have been wrong. By the way, now I kind of take back what I said when she got Amber at that hotel. No shade. Because now that I saw why, I'm like, okay. Now I can kind of see why you did what you did, ET. Sorry. I take back what I said. My bad. Just saying. So meanwhile, pressure is just me mugging Tavy, okay? She calls her Travis. She me mugging her, they me mugging each other. She like, hi, you didn't think I was gonna make it? Yeah, Miss Organic, USDA, not USA, USDA, organic, truly organic. Yeah, hi. She's standing there, she looking at Tavy, aka Travis. Next thing you know, they just start to get the thumping. Let me tell y'all, the way Tavy tore through pressure that first round, it was nothing nice. Pressure can't see Tavy on no day. I'm sorry. You need to leave that lady alone because she is literally taking all of her anger and that New York energy all up in through your temple. Like, it's like, just leave that lady alone, baby. Because, oh, man, when I tell you she was socking her something nasty, Pressure didn't know what hit her, okay? She was boop, bop, beep, beep, geek, geek, okay? They separate them or whatever. And Tavy, like, you feel me? Like, I wasn't worried about really, getting Pressure because she ain't no pressure for her, but it was my tooth, you feel me? But it's like, I could get through anything with Hennessy and a prayer. She really meant with Alizé and a blessing. That's the type of era that Tavy comes from, but she wanted to be in with the time, so she said Hennessy and a prayer, but she really means Alizé and a blessing. That's what really got her through the squabble, and that's why her tooth didn't come out, if we're gonna be honest. So they finally get Tavy and Pressure to kind of like calm down or whatever. So then here come Hurricane. She like calls out Nick. She like Nick. So like, what you want to do? You feel me? Like, what you want to do? Like, you try to hit me, bro. Like, do you want to fight? Like, what you want to do? Nick, like, no, I'm not trying to do that with you. Like, I wasn't even hitting you. I didn't hit you. And then she's like, what do you want to do? Like, you want to handle that now? Now, looking back at the footage, I ain't gonna lie, Nick. You hit her or you attempted to? Sorry, when you was pulling the wig and you was trying to like, yeah, that was an attempt and hit, connect, whatever you want to call it. So Hurricane wasn't lying. Okay, you swung like a good amount of time. So I know one of them hits connected. The camera was, doing what I call the Scotty shake. The Scotty shake, if y'all don't know, is when she fought Emma, and then the camera said it was getting shaking everywhere. We didn't get to see who was really winning or not. The camera was doing the Scotty shake. But in my opinion, Hurricane wasn't lying. So she like, bro, like, okay, cause cool, like, cause your hand, cause she like, yeah, my hand gotta heal, bro. Like, I'm not trying to fight you. Just leave me alone. I'm not trying to fight you now. But we gonna do that. That's what we gonna do. We gonna end up doing it, but not now. But we gonna do. We gonna make it do, right? So Hurricane like, okay, cool, cause like, I'm not a bully. You feel me? Like, cause I'm not trying to bully you. She like, no, you can never bully me. You don't bully me. That's not what we gonna do. I don't get bully you. No, not you. So she like, no. They be calling me a bully, yo. Like, they calling me a bully. Last season they called me a bully. So I'm just saying I'm not bullying you. I kind of hate when the girls kind of let the internet, and that's what sucks with baddies. It's like the fandom has such an influence. I remember on BGC, like, and I keep comparing BGC because I can. The girls, you couldn't, like, you had to really be yourself the whole season without any influence because we didn't see Ish until it aired. So, babes, whatever you did was really who you were as a person. You couldn't, because some of the baddies, they'll try to appeal to the fans, or like they'll do certain things so because they know the fans will like it, or like they'll beef with that person because they know the fans want to see it, or they'll be cool with that person because they know the fans want to see it. So it's like we didn't. The BGC girls didn't have that opportunity. So whatever they did was who they were as a person and their character. If they were bullies, they were really bullies. So there's that. Now I will say you was a bully on your season, though, Hurricane. Sorry. So y'all know TT is gonna have Emery's back, and she sort of kind of stepped in like, oh, why don't you want to fight? Whatever. She like questioned her hand, but Heidi's kind of stopping it in the middle of it. At first, when I watched it, I was like, okay, Kanaya shouldn't have inserted herself. But then when I watched it back, I'm like, okay, now I can see why Kanaya said what she said to Bahati. Because if you're so best friends with Bahati, why didn't you just take that like fate on her behalf just so they could really leave her alone? Because it's not like you scared of TT. It's not like you scared of Hurricane Emery. You whoop each of them separately yourself. So I see what Kanaya was saying. Like, I don't think she still should have like put her nose in the business, but I see what she was saying. I see exactly what she was saying for sure. 100 freaking %. I see what she was saying. Okay. Next thing you know, ET, I don't know what ET was thinking. ET walked into a fade on the bus. My job, the bus is about like, it looks this small because they were literally squabbling in the hallways, in the pathways, in the passageways, literally getting into it in the passageways. in the passageways or whatever. She walks into Pressure's page. I'm like, you let Pressure literally take an easy W unnecessarily. Like you walk into the punches. Okay. Pressure was just stalking her all up in her forehead. What cracked me up this episode was Sarah. Because Sarah, every time something stupid happens, she like, man, look at you. You dumb. You just in the way. Come on. ET. Why you mad, ET? Oh, come on. Like it was one of those. So this is going on. Tavy decides, oh, this is the prime opportunity to get my Pressure back, and she tries to like leap towards Pressure and kind of gets in like a little bit of Fauna's way and ends up kind of bumping her a little bit, and Fauna's like, don't be leaping over to try to get to me. I don't know how you feeling about me. Now I will say, the way Baddies is going, a lot of girls are getting PTSD. You don't even know if the security at this point might fade you, because we all saw how the security is getting sought left, right, and center. The security one of these days gonna end up stalking one of the baddies, if we're gonna be honest, because they're getting faded too. So I could understand why Fauna is starting to have PTSD. She's starting to get a little paranoid, because I would think Tavy trying to leap at me too, because they literally just filmed that reunion a little bit before the season started filming. So I could see why she thought or felt a way that Tavy was so close to her and leaping towards her. But y'all know how I feel about Fauna and Tavy getting into it. It is so played out at this point. We done seen it about like two, 3 seasons straight at this point. Like we are just sick of it, okay? So sick of it. Because at one point, Tavy was talking about Pressure, because she was just like, now, because of what you did, because she ends up squabbling Pressure. No shade, she won against Pressure. Love you, Pressure, but you're not seeing Tavy on no day. So she like, yeah, like you keep talking about me and you talk about my son, yo. And that's why your mouth is bitter. Okay, your mouth is bitter because of that blood, because you talking about my son. Every time I see you getting socked in your mouth, yo, come on, son. So she popping it at Pressure, whatever. And Fauna's like, okay, so are y'all gonna keep going or are y'all gonna stop? Are y'all going to get into it again, or are y'all going to stop? And it's just like, okay, Fauna, like, this scene does not involve you. This is why you and Tavy are always getting into an argument, because you're just inserting yourself. Now, I get what you meant with the leap thing. Now, I'm with you on that, okay? Because it's already a paranoid type of environment. But you put yourself in that argument is like, that's the stuff that's annoying. Okay, so Tavy like, yo, I could get the floor if I want to. Come on, son. Like, let me talk. Ain't nobody gonna shut me down. I could break down. I could break dance on the floor. I could hit a split. You feel me? Man, I could do the Dougie. I could crip walk. It's my floor. Let me get my floor. Nobody gonna shut nothing down. Okay. So here come Father. She like, are y'all gonna dance? Are y'all gonna dance or not? Are y'all gonna dance? And I'm like, oh my God. Here we go with the couple arguing again. Same old story. Now, I will say, I feel like Pressure and Fauna, y'all need to just go in and get that round. And I'm not talking about a round in the bedroom. I'm talking about a round with a fade, okay? Because that frustration is still there. There's still a lot of tension between you two. And I feel like it needs to be released at this point, okay? Now, Tavia is telling Sarah, she's like, oh, yo, I had no mace, yo. I had biofreeze, nigga. Like, it wasn't no mace. I don't know about that, Tavia. That don't really make sense, because biofreeze and mace are gonna have 2 different effects. So I don't know if I believe you. Okay? It's gonna have 2 different effects on the face, babes. Now, Pressure gets on top of the bus, like behind Fauna, on like the little corner of the bus, right? So Sarak tries to come from the back of the bus, and she comes out with the biggest shiner. Who gave Sarat that shiner? I'm talking about Sarat was looking like a raccoon. It was so bad. I'm like, oh my God. I really thought I was looking at a raccoon. I said, is that a raccoon? No, it's Sarat. She came out with the biggest shiner ever. I feel like it may have been Lex that gave it to her, because that's the only person I could see giving her that. We know it wasn't Pressure, okay? And she had a shades on with that scene with Pressure, so I think she had that shiner on before that scene with Pressure, of course. So I do feel like it was Big Lex that ended up giving her that shiner, but her eye was so black. It doesn't help because Sarak is she's on the lighter end, so like that eye was so like it was just bold. That was a bow eye. Okay. Sarat ends up sneaking pressure, and they kind of make pressure like get off the side where Phantom was standing or whatever. And Sarat just starts stalking her. I'm talking about just stalking pressure left, right, left, right. They go for a second round, and then Sarat ends up dropping pressure. Now, this is what you call a drop. Drop. Good pito. Hola pito. Hola pito. Drop. I'll drop your on your ass. Okay. Y'all remember? Anyways, she ends up dropping her. I feel like this is the real definition of a drop, not what pressure did, to be honest, because you could tell the way pressure got Sarat in that house, it wasn't her falling due to a hit. It was literally her kind of losing her footing. If we're gonna like be fair. Okay. Then keeps talking. You know what I'm realizing? Bahadi's a little annoying. I could kind of see why the girls is like, because she speaks out of turn a lot. I noticed that. She's like, oh, like, they don't even know each other. They're not even from the same season they fought in, bro. Shut up. You're not from the same show as Neek and you fought her. So what are you talking about? I'm not Neek, Kanaya, my bad. You're not even from the same season as Kanaya, and you got into it with her. Like, that was really annoying to me. Like, her little comments at one point, she was just like, yo, they flew me to Australia to watch these same fights, bro. Like, shut up. You lucky they flew you from Australia. They really could have kept you if we're gonna be honest. Like, I don't know. She little stuff like that was just irritating me watching it. Y'all, it was a hard watch this episode to even begin with, because once again, it felt like not as TV a little bit. Y'all know the not STV episodes that I can't stand, to where it's one scene and they stretch it out for the whole episode. That's what it was giving to me. So it was already a little bit of hard watch, to be honest. All right. So the girls start like kind of a little bit separating into like their little corridors in the bus. And Sarat, as she's getting into it with pressure, Tavy starts trying to jump in and then starts socket pressure. Of course, Fanta starts playing good cop, bad cop, right? And she's like, Tavy, stop. No, don't be jumping her. Stop. See, Fauna, this is why you need to eat your food and mind your business and rub your baton. Okay? Because, and I'm talking about your police baton. This is why. Because you trying to defend pressure, pressure ends up gagging you within that same hour. You see how that work? This is why when you go on these shows, you just mind your business. It will help you in the long run so you don't end up looking crazy. And that's exactly what happened. Okay. When will you girls end up learning? TT ends up getting right next to Tavy. Now, this to me was not smart, because Tavy was already on 10. And you knowing how she is, why would you stand next to her knowing that you bestie boos with pressure and she not really feeling pressure like that? She ends up kind of like getting next to her, whatever. And then TT's like, chill, Tavy, chill. She like, no, son. She talking, what you mean chill? Ain't no chill. I'ma keep going. She keep talking about, she talk about my son, yo. She talk about my son. Tavy ends up kind of grabbing TT neck and just start, she ricocheted. Let me tell y'all, that Tavy, she ricocheted TT neck, girl. She started shaking her. You feel me? Like like it was a protein shake, girl. She just started shaking it. She's shaking it. And it kind of gagged TT. She turned around. She like, wait. It gagged her, girl. It gagged her so bad. She didn't know what to do. I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Like, that was I needed that laugh watching that. Like, that had me laughing. Okay. So she like pushes her off or whatever, and then they start kind of like getting into it. They start getting into it and stuff. And start squabbling. And to me, I feel like TT, you at that point should have picked a side, because you can't be cool with Pressure and Tavy. Like, those two are never gonna make up. Apparently, family got involved, meaning family was talked about. Which, by the way, Tavy, you gonna have to drop them receipts. You briefly, I believe, dropped it online, but you need to drop them again for our eyes to view, because you going real hard about. She talked about my mother. She talked about my son, yo. Like, you said you was gonna pop my mama. Like, we need to see all of that. Okay, please put it on your timeline so that way we can review. A lot of people are comparing Pressure to Summer, but to me, like Pressure's beef with the girls, besides some of the ones that she was rage baiting on the bus, are a little bit more organic. Like Summer was like trolling, like Pressure was, but some of Pressure stuff came to me more naturally due to how the situations went. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the whole situation with Ciroc. Like, she was searching for that, don't get me wrong, but you could kind of tell that was gonna end up happening eventually. Y'all get what I'm saying? So after that happens, we end up seeing Tavy. She starts rapping Word to DMX Child. She like, yo, it's cold in the atmosphere. The baddies is cold in the atmosphere. Father Puppet in the atmosphere. It's cold in the atmosphere. Father Puppet in the atmosphere. So Father she get the torn gun. She get to shaking her Big W cakes. Kanaya over here, she start grinding. Grind on me. Na 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 na. Grind on me. They both start dancing. Some of the girls start shaking their Big W cakes. So Pressure like, yeah, wow. Fauna with all the BS this season, you with all the BS this season, you try not to be called boring, ain't you? Look at you. Fauna just with all the BS. Fauna first started laughing. She like, and then she realized Pressure was trying to play in her face. When I tell y'all I laughed so hard at that part. This is why we needed Pressure this season, because she rage baited Fauna so hard in that scene. It was so funny to me. And Fauna just fell right into it, okay? So Fauna wasn't having it. She like, oh no, now you trying to be funny. Like, you trying to be funny, bro. And I'm not with that. You trying to be funny. Like, don't do that. Do not do that. Okay. I was on your side, but don't do that. Okay. So Pressure, like, I don't need you to be on my side, bro. Like, come on. Oh, now you got it. Oh, okay. It's not even holy moly. That's not a mole. That's a skin tag, babe. Tag your tag your y'all know how she do when I tell you. First of all, I didn't even notice Fauna even had a mole. Did she cover it up with makeup? Because literally that scene was the first time it made me realize. It's like I had an epiphany. I'm like, what is she talking about? A skin tag. And I looked at her face. I'm like, oh my God, I never noticed it the whole time she been on Baddies. Swear to God. I don't know if it's because I don't be paying attention to Fauna like that, but I never noticed that on her face. So when she showed it to her face, it kind of gagged me a little bit when I seen it. Okay. So she like, oh, tag, you're it, babe. You got a skin tag, babe. So finally, like, now you trying to be on my D. Now you trying to troll me. Like, what's up with you, Tavy? What's up with you, Pressure? Like, come on now. Like, man, let me go get my mouth guard. Next thing you know, she start getting a walking. Man, that damn Pressure just started socking her. She boop. Okay. Boop. She ends up getting into it with Pressure. Now, I will say, Fauna took you through that Pressure. Pressure, if you're gonna troll that hard, you gotta learn how to squabble, babes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take them some boxing classes like Sav did that one season and come back like, a street fighter. Cause that Fauna was getting her, okay? Fauna was getting her. Next thing you know, we see Rukhan, okay? Rukhan is outside, and y'all know she just recently got diagnosed with diabetes. So any diabetic knows, because I have diabetics in my family, medication is extremely important. They are vital for your health. So she is going to the CVS or whatever to get it. Some of y'all were saying, oh, she was scared to go on the bus. I don't believe that. Child, if she went to that reunion and fought Tinker in her butt, what makes y'all think she's scared to go on that damn bus? Tinker wasn't even on the bus. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like she didn't really have a like huge beef with nobody really on the bus, if we're gonna be quite honest. Who? Tavy? Like, that's about it. Like, you feel me? A lot of other girls didn't even know her like that. So it's like, I don't think she was scared to go on the bus at all. To be honest, y'all know me keeping it back risky. Although I think she was trying to get her medication. I think she was trying to get some extra prescriptions, allegedly, if you get what I'm saying. I don't think it was just the diabetic medication. And I think that's why she was tripping, allegedly. So for y'all that say she's scared, I don't think it was that. I think she was needing something. And I think the person was supposed to meet them by the CVS. And that's why she wanted the cameras to mind their business and go away. No shade. I'm just saying. Okay. ET, she looked pretty though. ET ends up getting into it with Pressure. And Pressure, I was very shocked. She a lot better than I expected when it came to ET. Okay. She did a lot better. Tavy ends up getting into a Pressure. And didn't I tell y'all, Pressure just needs to leave Tavy alone. Because not only she ended up with a knot, she ended up with a mouth full of ketchup. Okay. What was funny is that second round when she was going at it with Pressure, you hear Sarah, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, okay now, Sarah. We don't need your that's Dolly's job. We don't need you taking over her job. Okay. Where is Dolly when you need her with the commentary? We need her. Okay. Pressure, like, I don't care, babes. I'm a star, babes. I don't care. Hello, I'm a star, babes. What are we talking about, babes? I'm a star. Tavy like, no, you see a stars, nigga. You seeing them. You not a star. You see stars. Child TT and Sarah end up getting into it. And y'all, Sarah was trying to clown her because at one point Pressure was like, what we doing, TT? Like, we gotta, you feel me? We gotta do our big one, TT. Like, what we doing? Basically, was trying to, like, in my opinion, Pressure be doing that a little bit. Like, she a little sis you quick. That's what she did with Big Ivory. You feel me? So I feel like she was trying to little sis her, not in a disrespectful way, but just trying to make people know, like, that's my little sis, kind of. So I was like, man, TT tired. Look at TT. She tired, man. So TT ends up getting into it with Sarah. And I'm gonna say this. Sarah, you say that she 2 pounds. Well, she's 2 pounds with pot of donut strength. Them girls that small with powder donut strength, those are the girls you got to be careful of. Have you seen? Have you seen TT get into it with girls twice her size? She has the strength of a head, straight up. So that's the wrong little girl to try. Okay, little girl, that is the wrong little girl. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Okay, but how do you even ends up getting into a Pressure? Because at one point, Pressure was trying to touch on Ciroc or whatever when TT was fighting her. So mind y'all, we find out because they end up taking some of the girls outside of the car. We end up finding out they wasn't moving the whole time. The car was not even moving. Okay. The car was sitting right freaking there. The van, whatever, was not moving the whole time. Sitting there. They find this out when they go outside on the bus and we see Ciroc. Child, that eye, I just can't stop talking about that eye. It was just so bad. Ciroc eye was so damn black. I don't even think ooh, it was just so black. So she's standing there, whatever. Everybody's just in shock because they realize, you know, the freaking bus never moved. And then we get back on the bus or whatever. And Nick I don't know if it was Neil, was one of the other girls. They start asking about how they like, what's your problem though with Kanaya? She like, you know, I don't have a problem with Kanaya. Like, I just had to. I told Kanaya, I'm like, why you had to why you asking me about my beef? You feel me? Like, you told me why I don't have Neek back, but like you cool with Neek. So like, if you gonna be cool with her and you're not gonna have her back, you talking about why didn't I take that fade for her? Like, why didn't you take the fade for her? Like, mind your business. My whole thing is this. Kanai did have a point. Now, did she have to make her point? No, no. But I did kind of think the same thing rewatching the episode back because you were right there and TT and Emery was trying to really get up on her. And those are already your ops. You know what I'm saying? These are not like new girls. Like, you already squabbled them down a million times. So it wouldn't have been nothing for you to like take it for her. So can I like, I don't care. I'm gonna say what I want to say. And what you gonna do about it? What we trying to do? So she like, what do you mean what you trying to do? So that damn Bahati ends up leaking like she leaps like a kangaroo. She leaps like a kangaroo to on top of Kanaya and starts getting into it with Kanaya. She boop 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 boop. She kind of got her kind of good a little bit. I will say that, right? So they separated them, and then here comes Kanaya goes for a second round. Didn't I tell y'all? Once I get Kanaya started, she bring that dog out. Cause when I tell y'all she got that Bahati so good, oh man, woof woof, like real good. Bahati was in fetal position, sitting down. Okay, and at one point, Kanaya tried to sneak Bahati, and Sarat kind of gets irritated and annoyed, and out of reflex got mad and tried to stop it. I don't think Sarat meant anything by it. I just think the girls are starting to get PTSD. Like, I'm just keeping it in the butt. Like, they just like they starting to get real nervous and antsy and frantic. So I think that's why she reacted the way that she did, to be honest. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. Like, the girls kind of get off the bus. Natalie calls them, and Natalie's just like, oh, like, we gonna have to rectify this situation immediately. It's so much going on. It's time for a house meeting. Basically, they finna meet up again in Squabble. Like, I don't know, but y'all got to do better. Like, I don't know. It's this was disappointing. Okay, let me know what y'all think down below about this episode. I'm glad to be back. For y'all that's watching this later, of course, this is gonna be posted on the Patreon first. Once again, thank y'all for the ones that did check up on me. I really do appreciate it. One thing this little strike taught me, yeah, it showed me some stuff. So I appreciate the ones that did. Love y'all, and we all babies.